Hello and welcome to biology class. I am Shukla Sharma from Adarsh Vidyavati Shankar Vidyapeeth, Mount Abu. For class 12, we are starting new chapter, that is human health and disease. So first, what is health? What is good health? Good health is the state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, and it can be maintained by using the balanced diet. Balanced diet contains all types of nutrients like carbohydrate, protein, fats, vitamins, etc. And personal hygiene is very important to maintain the good health. And regular exercise, it maintains your body which is physically healthy. Okay, so it is a good health. Now, what are disease? Disease are the physically unhealthy feeling, and disease may be of two types, that is infectious and non-infectious. Okay, so what is infectious disease? Infectious disease are those diseases which can easily transmitted from one person to another person, like AIDS, like common cold. And non-infectious disease are those diseases which cannot be transferred from one person to another person, like cancer. Okay, so now what are the pathogens? Pathogens are the causal organisms like bacteria, viruses, fungi, helminthes, protozoa. And now we will study about some disease, common disease, their causal organism and the symptoms. The first disease is typhoid. Typhoid is detected by the Vidal test, and the causal organism of typhoid is Salmonella typhi. And the symptoms of typhoid are sustained high fever about 40 degrees Celsius, stomach pain, constipation, headache, all are the symptoms of typhoid. The second is pneumonia. Pneumonia is caused by the Streptococcus pneumoniae. It's a type of bacteria. Streptococcus pneumoniae. It infects the lungs. What are the lungs? This is the trachea, bronchus, and these are open into the lungs. Lungs are safe in the thoracic cavity by ribcage, and they are formed by the alveoli. These are the alveoli. They are thin-walled structure. Alveoli. So, in the infection of pneumonia, the first symptoms are the common cold and cough, but after some time, the mucus and tissue fluid is deposited inside the alveoli. So, they block the alveoli. So, diffusion process is not takes place, exchange of gases is not takes place, and the patient survive for breathing. This is the pneumonia, and the symptoms of pneumonia is fever. The first symptom is fever, chill, cough, headache, and the very important is the grey or bluish nails and lips. You can find if the patient, generally they are caused into the small children, so their lips and nails will be bluish or greenish if the pneumonia is present in their body. Now the next is common cold. Common cold is a very simple disease. It is caused by the rhinoviruses, and the rhinoviruses attack the nasal passage, and they create the congestion, and discharge of mucus is also the symptom of common cold, and sore throat, cough, headache and tiredness are the symptom of common cold. Now we come to the amoebiasis. Amoebiasis, or we can say the amoebic dysentery also, and it is caused by the Entamoeba histolytica, and the symptoms are constipation, abdominal pain, cramps, and stool with mucus and blood pool. These are the symptoms of dysentery, stool with mucus and blood clots. Now the next is ascariasis. Ascariasis is the disease which is caused by the Ascaris. Ascaris lumbricoides. You have studied in class 11. This is the Ascaris. Ascaris lumbricoides is the round worm. You can see here, and it is an endoparasite in our intestine. It infects and causes ascariasis. And the symptoms of ascariasis are internal bleeding in the intestine, fever, anemia. Anemia is the deficiency of blood cells. Deficiency of RBC is known as anemia. So anemia is a symptom of ascariasis, and it blocks the intestine. So these are the symptoms of ascariasis. Now the next is elephantiasis. Elephantiasis, or we can say the filariasis. It is caused by the Buchardia malaria, and it is a very dangerous disease. It creates a chronic inflammation in limbs or the genital organs, mainly in the lower limbs. So the patient could not walk and move. The next is ringworm. Ringworms, or we can say the eczema. It is caused by the fungi like Mycosporum or Trichophyton, and it creates the dry scaly lesions on skin, nails, or the scalp. These are the symptoms of ringworm. Now we come to the malaria. Malaria is very important. It is caused by the Plasmodium. It's a protozoa. There are 3 species of Plasmodium, that is Vivax, Plasmodium malariae, and Plasmodium falciparum, which create the malaria in our body. But the time period of the repetition of fever is different. It may be 12 hours, after 12 hours, after 24 hours, or after 36 hours. It is repeated fever is the symptom of malaria, and also the fever is very high with shivering also, and it is caused by the Plasmodium. But the carrier of malaria is the female Anopheles mosquito. Now here is the life cycle of Plasmodium. Is the 5-mark question. So just concentrate it. This is sporozoid. Sporozoid is the infectious stage in human, and it is present in the saliva of mosquito. Which mosquito? Female Anopheles. So when the female Anopheles bite the human, then what happens? It penetrates into the skin and drop its saliva, and its saliva contains sporozoid. So all the sporozoid is a stage of Plasmodium. It reaches into the blood. Okay. So in the human blood, it circulates with the blood circulatory system, and at last it reaches into the liver cells. And in the liver cells, the asexual reproduction is occurring in Plasmodium, and by this multiplication, sporozoid is converted into many sporozoids. Then these sporozoids again reach into the RBC, red blood cells, and here they are converted into the merozoids. This is the sporozoid, and this is merozoid. This is a spherical structure. Now in this RBC, it multiplies, and at last the RBC will be ruptured. And these merozoids are sprayed in the blood with hemojoin material. What is hemojoin? Hemojoin is a toxic substance which creates the fever and shivering. Actually, the cause of shivering and fever is hemojoin, which is mixed in the blood. Now, these merozoids are again reach into the new RBC because the old RBCs are ruptured. So, in the new RBCs, the sexual reproduction is occurred, and the first step of sexual reproduction is gamete formation, gametogenesis. So male and female gametes are formed in the new RBCs. Then after mosquito bite, what happens? These gametes, male and female gametes, reach into the stomach of the female Anopheles mosquito, and in the female Anopheles mosquito's stomach, the fertilization processes occur. This fertilization process occurs in the stomach of female Anopheles, and after this, these convert into the sporozoite, and it multiplies in the stomach, and when it bites to a normal person, then with the saliva of these mosquito female Anopheles, these sporozoites goes into the blood of new human. Okay, so this is all about the life cycle of Plasmodium. Thank you.